Hello, collective. Welcome back to my channel. This is Intuitive Tarot. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're new to my channel, welcome. This is a general reading, so only take what resonates. This reading is going to be for Pisces. All right. So we're gonna pull a few cards, get a message out. Could be a cross watcher for Pisces. This could be high vibrational, low vibrational Pisces. All right. Past, present, or current energy. This could be clarity of validation for others. All right. It could be a cross watcher. This could be a cusp for you. This could be a placement in your chart. So take it as it resonates. All right. If it doesn't, the entire Pisces reading may not resonate with you. Maybe some of the other Pisces readings, may be what you're looking for, but this entire Pisces reading may not resonate with you. This is a general reading. All right. So let's dive right in. Give me 3 cards for Pisces. Give me 3 cards for Pisces. What's going on with Pisces? Give me 3 cards for Pisces. Messages for Pisces. All right. Ass in silence because their tea being exposed now. Next card. Lied to you about everything and the karmic did the same to them. Divine feminine, divine masculine. Next card is cheaper to keeper. This could be for financial reasons or for not divorcing or walking away. Or somebody tea being exposed. Because whatever they were doing is like whatever is done in the dark is coming to the light. Split the deck on the 2 of Swords with the 8 of Pentacles. The 8 of Pentacles in reverse. So somebody could be at a crossroads. It could be some information that somebody not seeing, something that they not seeing that's got somebody, whatever it was causing, or whatever phase of the connection someone was in, was moving at a slow pace. Like if you were involved with this person, they put you in the third party, 2 of Swords. Like they could have been involved with somebody, could have been married, or they gave somebody some type of commitment, you know what I'm saying? But this is, why something was moving at a slow pace. Eight of Wands in reverse. Like somebody could be at a crossroads now, or they were. Like needing to make a decision, needing to decide. Yeah, but you got the 8 of Wands in reverse. When I split the deck, you got the 2 of Swords. So, could be a third party situation since they, are dealing with the fact that somebody doing something to them that they did to you. So, they lied to you about everything, and this karmic did too. So, may not be somebody they married, maybe it's somebody they gave somebody, some type of commitment. Maybe they could, got involved with them, for financial reasons. Just looking at the fact that they may have, invested a lot of time, a lot of money. They could have started, up something together, a business or something like that. But Clarify, ask, and silence because their T being exposed. Clarify. Messages for Pisces. Ask, and silence because their T being exposed now. Clarify. What's this T? You got the Ace of Wands in reverse and the Six of Swords. So somebody, whatever passion, whatever passion was there, it's not there anymore. Especially after somebody moved on, the calmer waters. Could be a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Ace of Wands. Got the Emperor at the bottom of the deck. The Chariot in reverse. And I feel like with this Emperor, they, when it comes to this Chariot, in reverse, it's like somebody got some shit coming out all at one time. All at one time, like it's a lot. It's a lot. Because what I'm getting is somebody now, like, with somebody T being exposed, like somebody now is like getting a whole bunch of, information that a lot of shit going on all at one time. And it's like somebody now having to make a decision, like they being pulled, in two different directions. Somebody, they were or they are being pulled in two different directions. Somebody, feeling like, or they looking like it's cheaper to keep her. They may be finding out, her or him, you know what I'm saying? Like this person been lying. They been being lied to. It's like somebody manifested what they dealing with. Like somebody manifested this, situation on themselves. I feel like they in alignment with the very thing that they been denying, working on. Like somebody could be denying change, like resisting change, spiritual growth, even like spiritual influence. Like somebody is, not looking at themselves in a way, to where they able to deal with what's going on. Like somebody being pulled in a lot of different directions, and two mainly, but this person gonna have to, decide, make a decision, choose themselves, and go with the flow of like however and whatever gonna come with that decision. Because a decision is going to have to be made. So, you got the Emperor at the bottom of the deck with the Chariot in reverse. And the Three of Wands in reverse. Person got some lessons to learn. You know what I'm saying? King of Swords in reverse. Yeah. Like somebody got some more, they got some lesson. They got a lesson to learn. Like they had some things they need to see, through. Like they needed to see something, and I want to say this is the tower moment, for them to get out of something. And I feel like, this person may have stayed because they thought it was cheaper to keep this person. But the point is, like, they in some type of karmic cycle that need to be, done. It needs to be over, Pisces. I feel like something that somebody's using, whatever they using as an excuse to stay, is only bringing in, more chaos, more, exposure from somebody, just to sit, what I'm saying, balance something out, or give somebody like that exit. And they ain't if they don't, I'm telling you, if this person don't take this exit, like how people get on the interstate and they, miss their exit, and if you miss the next one, you way off your mark. So now you looking like you may not even have the gas to even turn around and go back and get to where you going. It's like that. It's like this person, gonna have to, look at not making decisions based on, oh man, they're gonna be pissed off if I do this. They ain't gonna like me if they gonna talk shit. They gonna do this. They gonna try to do this if I do that. Like, man, do that shit and take your ass on, cause it's gonna get worse where you at. You think it's worse and you think it's bad now. Shit gonna get worse. What's the Ace of Wands in reverse? What's the Ace of Wands in reverse? It's like somebody now feel like they being pulled in two different directions. Like they, they lost passion for this person, or they know somebody else may have lost passion for them, moved on to calmer waters. This person, shit coming out, you know what I'm saying? And they may have to, decide whether they, gonna stay or go because of whatever direction they being pulled in, or whatever, is causing them to stick around and avoid walking away. What's the Ace of Wands in reverse? Clarify the Ace of Wands in reverse. Messages for Pisces. What's the Ace of Wands in reverse? Eight of Pentacles in reverse. With the Magician at the bottom of the deck. And somebody now, is not even really putting in the work. Like, this is somebody that's like somebody manifesting right now. Possibly turning over a new leaf with the Hangman at the bottom of the deck. Like seeing something differently, sacrificing something for their higher self. Like this, as a Queen of Wands. Got somebody seeing differently. And it's like somebody feel as though like they don't feel, like somebody ain't working at their best. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody is not at their full potential. Or they not even trying to put in the effort or something like that to get there. And I don't know if this person, is looking at how like embarrassment or something like that. Because with this Magician at the bottom of the deck, it's like somebody have that desire to like do something more or be better, but it's like they don't have the ambition, like they don't have the confidence, to move forward or to take action. You know what I'm saying? To actually feel anything more than, or feel like they gonna get anything more, you know what I'm saying, out of something. Even if they had an ambition to, you know what I'm saying, to the desire, to go forward. You know what I'm saying? It's like somebody don't have anything to really motivate them to do that. You know how somebody don't want to move from one job because they haven't heard back from the one they, want to go toward, or the one that they, feel like that's going to replace, or make up for them not being where they leaving from. It's like that. It's like somebody don't have anything else they feel like, they can look forward to if they going to walk away from this situation. You know what I'm saying? It's like something got to be worth my while, you know? Mm. But shit, the only thing worth your while, shit, is something better than, you know what I'm saying, choosing your goddamn self. Because whatever it is, you know, whatever they lacking is like preventing them from getting like the success or being able, you know, to make that move that they need to make and be able to see it through. I feel like this is why, you know, somebody may feel like it's, you know, cheaper to keep them. That's crazy. But you gotta take a, you know, take a chance on yourself if nobody else. Clarify the Six of Swords with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. What's the Six of Swords with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse? That's just for Pisces. It's in silence. Mm-hmm. What's the Six of Swords with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse? It's in silence because their tea being exposed. Let me back up. Let me see who this is. Show me this person in silence because they tea being exposed. Who is this in silence because they tea being exposed? Who is in silence? Who is this in silence? Messages for Pisces. Get the Queen of Swords in reverse. Nose itching. Ten of Swords in reverse. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But this is somebody low vibrational. Listen, somebody don't like the fact that they especially if they somebody that, you know, was always like quick to say something, speak up. You know what I'm saying? Somebody ain't doing that now. They ain't doing that now. Like somebody speak up for themselves, you know, be, you know, on top of like giving a this is somebody that's, you know, the opposite of giving a point of view, speaking up, saying something, you know what I'm saying, being the first to say something. Not now. Like somebody now is like a Queen of Swords in reverse, like they Ten of Swords, you know, in reverse at the bottom of the deck. With the Tower. Six of Cups. Yeah, some bittersweet memories. So this could be like a um this Ace of Cups is in reverse, so at the bottom of the deck. So somebody, you know, feel like, you know, there's not gonna be, you know, anything new emotional going on as far as, you know, whatever was there. Because like I said, the Ace of Wands is in reverse. The Ace of Cups is also at the bottom of the deck in reverse. So it's like somebody, you know, feel like whatever it is that was there, it's like depleting. You know what I'm saying? Or it has over time. Or it is at this time. You know what I'm saying? Like something is starting to dwindle down. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's like somebody losing that passion, they losing, you know, that ambition, that clarity. Especially the more clarity somebody get about something, the more they are starting to see like exactly like where certain decisions they need to make is got them stalling. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like they may have made decisions, being involved with this person that they never even thought, this was going to be something that they were going to end up having to regret. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm getting like somebody almost feel embarrassed, for themselves, that they didn't see something or that they didn't make a move. You know what I'm saying? Like they were doing something by staying or, making, something better by being deceitful. You know what I'm saying? Being the liar that they were. You know what I'm saying? Like you told lies to be with somebody that's a liar. That's lying even more to you. Like that shit crazy. And I feel like shit if you go mm. And it's like somebody, at one time was saying something, or doing what they could. It's like now somebody want to recover. They want to, heal things. You know what I'm saying? Or they could be saying, whatever they could to keep from a cycle closing out. You know what I'm saying? And keep from changing anything. This is like I said, somebody was resisting change. And I feel like the more they were trying, the more, something was going to bring something in anyway. And now it's like Six of Cups, somebody got like some bittersweet memories from now. You know what I'm saying? When they looking back, having the memories they got, you know, of someone or how something, feel now that they may have did all this to be with somebody. It's like somebody may have told a lot of lies, Pisces, or you could have told a lot of lies to be with somebody, or somebody told a lot of lies to be with you, but it didn't pan out, at the time, right now anyway, because somebody did this to somebody that told a lot of lies to be with somebody. You know what I'm saying? Or held back, telling the truth. But nonetheless, somebody lied, whether they lied to themselves or they, were being lied to. But it's like somebody was, needing to see whatever else was going on. And I feel like the longer somebody stayed, the more they were going to find out. Because they were already dealing in a karmic cycle. Like somebody was refusing to see, just how much toxicity, they were in, tangled up in and making a lot of bad choices in it day after day after day. Day after day after day. You know what I'm saying? Like if you got a calling, you're gonna have to, get up off, you know what I'm saying? Get up off your ass and do something about it. Cause I feel like the longer you try to resist change, it just brings in towers. It keeps, allowing things that you're not seeing to come in faster. And especially if somebody is trying to manipulate, your actions toward it. You know what I'm saying? Standing up about it or being aware of it or trying to keep you from being aware of it. And the more you keep acting like you don't see that, like how folks be talking about, like, man, you didn't get them red flags. Like, you didn't see that time when they was doing this or they did that. Like, some folks don't see that shit to the last minute. Some people don't see it at all. It cost them their life. You know what I'm saying? Thinking you're going to stay because you're trying to keep the peace, trying to keep this person happy, trying to keep them from seeing what you got going on or finding out the truth because you don't want to tell them the truth. Shit, if they find out the truth, take your ass on. They did you a favor. They figured it out intuitively, or you know what I'm saying. They use their discernment. They figured it out. But that's giving you, you know what I'm saying, time to go and work on yourself and decide when you're gonna take responsibility for that, which they know. You know what I'm saying, man or woman. Yeah. Because it's Ten of Swords in reverse. It's like somebody saying something, doing things, because they hold it off on taking the necessary steps to like end something out, to clear something out. You know what I'm saying? In this cycle, go on and let, whatever need to be said, be said. You know what I'm saying? Go on and, you know what I'm saying? You're going to do what you need to do or feel like you got that kind of gift of gab, you can just tell that dude or tell that woman the truth. Tell that man the truth and get your ass on down and let that man decide or let them have that free will to decide whether they want to stay with you or if they want to go. You know what I'm saying? It's simple as that. Like, folks be nervous enough to go pop the question and say, well, will you be here with me? Will you know what I'm saying? But then when it's time to, go, and you don't want to stay, and you're doing all you can to, trying to keep the peace, just tell, you know what I'm saying, get some goddamn counseling, get some therapy or something like that. Do that shit in front of a therapist. Or listen, I need, somebody in between us. I need somebody to, mediate, or whatever the case may be, because this may not be, something pretty. This may not turn out like I wanted to, but it's bad news nonetheless. I don't know how they're gonna take it. I don't know how they're gonna feel. I don't know how I'm gonna feel. I don't know what's gonna pop out, but I'd rather have a witness to it. So listen, if we gotta go to therapy, talk this shit out. If I gotta go to therapy and tell you, like, listen, even if it's, premarital counseling, you know what I'm saying? And you thinking about being in, some type of connection or commitment or something like that, go talk to somebody. Don't just take it upon yourself to think you got all the answers or that you can figure it out. You don't have time to do that when you learn how to master yourself, you know what I'm saying, and control and have self-discipline, for yourself. But you ain't going to be able to figure that shit out if you ain't studying, thinking that that's going to be something you going to have to do, that somebody going to have to do it if they want to be with you. It go both ways, but I feel like somebody was saying what they could, doing what they could to keep from ending out a cycle, like closing this out, or trying to avoid something happening, being said, or a tower or something like that. It's going to happen anyway. It's going to happen while you with them. Especially if this person, Pisces, especially if you were trying to keep something going third party wise, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, like if you were trying to keep something going with somebody, and saying what you could to keep from closing out a cycle or something like that, but the tower's still going to happen. Okay, resisting or denying that there's something that need to be torn down and rebuilt. You know what I'm saying? Some disasters gonna come. The more you keep trying to keep, the peace, or trying to avoid what gonna happen. If you feel like it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen if you stay. It's gonna happen if you say anything or don't say anything. It's gonna happen. So let it happen. That's the only way you're going to know how to deal with you, how to deal with that person, how to deal with the situation. If not that situation, you're going to have a tower moment somewhere else in your life, because it's going to be just as, it's going to be at the same magnitude as this shit here. You deal with it now, you don't deal with it now, you're going to deal with it later somewhere else, dealing with somebody else, a family, a child, something like that, and it's going to have it's going to carry the same weight. You're going to be able to get around it. You know what I'm saying? Lied to you about everything. And the karmic did the same to them. Clarify? Lied to you about everything. And the karmic did the same to them. Messages for Pisces. Clarify, lied to you about everything. Karmic did the same to them. That's too many. Like the High Priestess with the 4 cups. Somebody already knew. Pisces energy. Probably knew already. Somebody may have already knew. You could have already knew somebody, was lying to you, or somebody could have already knew that you were lying to them about everything. They could, now, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, somebody could be refusing any offers right now. Or somebody feel like, they're going to be rejected, with this Ace of Swords in reverse, because they wasn't seeing something clearly. Somebody's intuition was blocked. 4 Cups is like somebody reevaluating, how they saw themselves, or how they thought whatever ideas, whatever creative ideas, or whatever somebody's, actions were, however they were going about However, somebody was expressing their emotions or was trying to get, some type of emotional recognition out of somebody, or, trying to use the way somebody felt about them to get, some type of outcome, did not work. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody may have, rejected somebody's offer, or was not, looking at, like whatever their actions were, whatever somebody emotions were, towards somebody. Somebody may not have really felt that. You know what I'm saying? Like reevaluating, the idea that they had, that I'm just gonna go along with. This person say I love you, I'm gonna say I love you too. Whatever they say, I'm gonna say, you know what I'm saying? However they feel, I'm just gonna come off like that. I'm gonna go, with the flow or whatever. But it's like, somebody was not looking at something, with their intuition. Like somebody may have been, operating out of their ego. You know what I'm saying? And thinking just because, these people giving them, making time for them, that they care. Or that these people, or that they, just because somebody making time for you don't mean that they, you know, um, gonna be there through thick and thin. You know what I'm saying? And you have to reevaluate like how you see yourself. Like how did you really, expect, or what were you looking, for your emotions or your non-emotional involvement to get? What were you looking to get out of that thing? Yeah, Nine of Swords. Like somebody could be dealing, with a lot of, negative thoughts. Like could be keeping them up at night. You know what I'm saying? Eight of Cups. We got somebody, walking away from like whatever emotional past, this done been. Ten of Wands. Burden and the Moon. Like whatever's, whatever was done in the dark is coming to the light. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Like whatever was you were confused about, or whatever, you needed to see, or whatever confusion, somebody caused you or made you feel as though, they were all in, they were better than the person you put in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm hearing that song, Money in the Middle. Where's she at? In the middle. Yeah. Like somebody may have, wanted to make you think that they were better than the person or anybody else you gonna run into or something like that, and somebody actually was, keeping you confused about going in another direction because they were trying to keep, whatever it was, or they wanted you to keep whatever it was going with them. Like you weren't gonna have it better somewhere else, and you would never know because you were lying to the person that things could have been better with. You know what I'm saying, man or woman. But because you stuck around and not seeing something, for what it was, and not thinking, you know what I'm saying, that lying to somebody else to be with this person or to stay involved with somebody that you already, ain't seeing everything you need to see about. And like having some outside people just made things worse. It just made things worse. But somebody already knew, like somebody intuitively picked up on a Pisces like lying. Or Pisces, you know what I'm saying? Somebody intuitively knew. Like somebody had that gut feeling like, mm. Whether they said something to you about it or not, or whether you said something to somebody or not about it, but Clarify the High Priestess lied to you about everything, and the Karmic did the same to them. Clarify the High Priestess. Messages for Pisces. Lied to you about everything. The Karmic did the same to them. The High Priestess. You got the Chariot in reverse. With the Knight of Swords now at the bottom of the deck. See, now somebody want to come in, with a lot of determination, determined to do something different. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody thinking of some emotional, heartbreak or, breakup or something now. Temperance, patience. Somebody coming in with a lot of determination, a lot of it. And I feel like it's, the fact that somebody knows that they, may not have really, been at their best or was not really open, you know what I'm saying, at the time to like allowing something to show, especially when you playing two different people and yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's like somebody, never had time to just be who they were because they were being one way when they're around another person or talking to another person and being another way with somebody else. It's like being some way with a light entity and being another way another time, with somebody low vibrational. And you keep trying to, balance yourself to be with each one of these people each time you with each one of them. You don't know, who you don't know if you coming or going. You know what I'm saying? You gonna confuse yourself with who to be with, who to trust, who, do you need to pay more attention to? What do I need to give my time to? How am I balancing out, how I'm going to know what direction or what path I want to go on, what direction I want to go in so that I can choose a path so that I can, grow and learn and probably, you know what I'm saying, build some type of kingdom with someone, you know what I'm saying? But you'll never know that because you losing yourself in the whole process. Like somebody losing their self, you know what I'm saying? And when you get tired of doing this shit or it blows up in your face, now you got to go find, yourself, like your true self. Your true self. Like somebody moon reverse, like gaining some type of clarity now. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, like somebody gaining true clarity now. Like they seeing something now that once was hidden. Like somebody could have been doing something under these moon cycles or whatever, like to keep something from coming out. But I feel like the more somebody keep manipulating somebody's free will, the more and faster your shit is going to come out. That's just, you know what I'm saying? That's just the T. That's the universe balancing something out. You know what I'm saying? Somebody patiently gonna have to wait, and I feel like that's what somebody did. Like if they knew somebody was lying, time will tell. You know what I'm saying? Somebody knew, intuitively knew, they just didn't say anything. They were just patient. And being patient, you know what I'm saying, slow and steady wins the race. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta be in no hurry, but it's the thing of knowing, if somebody can't make a simple decision and you indecisive, you in your head, you may need some time to think. But if something, is confusing you and you ain't separating yourself from being your true self, as opposed to you, making decisions based on charity in reverse, like who you gonna displease, who you gonna be, who you gonna disappoint, who gonna be unhappy with you, who gonna, lash out at you and all the things that, may happen once you make these decisions and you saying, well, I ain't gonna make that decision then. I'm gonna just wait till next year. If this shit's still working, if I'm still able to talk to so and so, they still fuck with me, I'm just gonna go that route. I'm just gonna go with the flow. 8 of Wands in reverse. I'm just gonna, go with the flow and let, what I'm saying, whatever happen, happen. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just gonna reprioritize as time go on. You know what I'm saying? As shit go on. But then that only just, delays what's gonna come to an end anyway. It's like knowing you're gonna have to move out of this apartment. The minute you, don't pay this or don't pay that, that time coming. You already know 2-week notice or whatever the case may be. Now you got 30 days or whatever to move out. So, you gotta have you gotta make some shape before then. It's like that. That time coming. That time coming the longer you sit there. Every time you wake up, go to work, come home, the longer it take you to, if you ain't got something already together or something happen all of a sudden, a tower, you got to go right now, and you still ain't found a place, like you just got to, figure something out on the way out the door. But either way, it's happening for you. You know what I'm saying? Because you keep making excuses not to just go right now. When something start getting rough, when something start, being a struggle to stay there, if it's meant for you to be there, you won't have to struggle to be there. You won't have to lie to be there. You know what I'm saying? But if it's meant for you, you know what I'm saying? And the Most High God know your intentions are pure and good, as to why you making these decisions, and you just need some time. But don't get, you know what I'm saying, don't run out. What's the High Priestess in reverse? With the Chariot in reverse. Clarify that High Priestess the High Priestess in reverse. What's the High Priestess with the Chariot in reverse? Clarify the High Priestess with the Chariot in reverse. That's what this for Pisces. Clarify the High Priestess with the Chariot in reverse. What's the Empress? The High Priestess with the Chariot in reverse. Messages for Pisces. What's the High Priestess with the Chariot in reverse? Man. You got the Ace of Cups in reverse. You got a few cards that came out. I'm not going to keep them, but I'm going to tell you what they are. You got the Ace of Cups in reverse. Seven of Swords. The Four of Wands in reverse. King of Cups. And the Seven of Pentacles. So there's a divorce here. Or there's a, complicated family dynamic, where somebody may be still, making something, settling with something, or just staying, sticking around, until things get better, it's cheaper to keep them. They may be looking at how, something may, put them in a bad situation, Five of Pentacles, if they walk away now with this Four of Wands in reverse, like, there's a, some unhappy, you know what I'm saying, some unhappiness, some unstableness, and, instability here in this home, in this connection. So it could be, a toxic, like, living situation or something like that, but clarify the Chariot in reverse. What's the Chariot in reverse by itself? What's the Chariot in reverse by itself? This is for Pisces. What's the Chariot in reverse by itself? About everything to come to be the same to them. They could have known this person was lying to them. You could have known this person was lying to you. Somebody knew you was lying to them. What's the Chariot in reverse? What's the Chariot in reverse? Messages for Pisces. Clarify the Chariot in reverse. The Chariot in reverse. Messages for Pisces. Clarify the Chariot in reverse. You have the Empress and the Sun in reverse. with the Page of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Yeah. See, somebody knows another person, that they lied to. Like, somebody lied to somebody that was faithful to them. Like, somebody could have lied. Like, you could have lied to somebody that was faithful to you. Or somebody lied to you that was faithful to you. Take it how it resonate. But, you know what I'm saying? You got to be honest about, your own situation. Everybody's shit is different. Um, and this could have been a low vibrational moment for you. You know what I'm saying? Time you could have been in your south node, but you got to take accountability, for whatever it is, past, present, or moving forward. But I feel like, somebody knew another person, an Empress, Divine Feminine, was somebody that they may have, they may be sad, you know what I'm saying? Or something like somebody knew that whatever they were going to do or whatever their decision was going to bring somebody sadness. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like somebody was faithful, like they could have known this person. You could have known this person was like this. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, yeah. I don't know why, like somebody dealing with a lot of sad, gloom. But I'm also getting like somebody not being proud of themselves. Like somebody's like, not feeling, what I'm saying, good about what they did. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, when it comes to the Chariot, like somebody, making decisions based on who you think, you're going to disappoint or, thinking about that. Especially when something moving fast and it's like, you getting a whole lot of information at one time and it's like a whole lot of shit being dumped in your dumped in your lap. And you being pulled like in two different directions. It's like you dealing with an Empress, you know what I'm saying? But you also dealing with somebody that, is not, you see that they not all that faithful. You know what I'm saying? Somebody in a lot of guilt right now, could have been trying to avoid judgment. Five of Cups, especially if you knew something, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio with this Five of Cups at the bottom of it. Like somebody knew, like, may have been upset about something ending or the way something, how something, was left, how it ended. And it's like, you get another opportunity, but it's what you make out of it. It's how you go towards it. And I feel like somebody feels as though like they, may have hurt, made somebody, what I'm saying, sad behind something that they didn't deserve something. Especially when you realize, what somebody done did to you, got you feeling like what somebody done been through. It's like now what that person was feeling. But I feel like, at that point, that's how a lot of folks end up like not making decisions based on, it's, how some folks are, say, like, how would you feel if that shit happened to you? They don't know. It just gotta happen. Because some folks don't know. They can tell you, can give you an idea of what they might feel like, but until that shit actually happen, they don't know. You don't know. You have to make, some type of adjustment, but, that you hadn't planned on. It's just one of them things that you may have to. Because I feel like, when you, trying to express to somebody like how you feel or how you see things, you know what I'm saying? or how you go about, expressing your emotions to another person. Like, you got to find other ways to do that. Four of Cups. Like, somebody got to find new ways to express their emotions. I feel like somebody may have thought that the way to do something was, I just lied because I didn't want to hurt your feelings. I kept doing this because I ain't want to see you leave. I kept doing this because I ain't, you know, it's something like that. It's like somebody saying, I ain't want to tell you because I knew, it's like somebody may have known intuitively that Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, somebody was married or they was involved with somebody, and this is why they were in this stagnation. This is why they were, making excuses or, procrastinating or, you know, um, taking their time about, making a decision over here, ending something over here. And it's like, ending something over here is like saying, I ain't even got nothing else going on over here, but you really do. And it's putting stress and, more pressure on you to decide, make a decision. But it's not the Empress's fault. It's not the High Priestess's fault. It's the fact that they picking up on something that they feel is like something is in the way. And if your Empress is, supposed to be, looking out for you, praying for you, you know what I'm saying, fighting for you in the spirit realm while you handling your business, on this earthly plane. Like you coming together to work as a team, divine feminine, divine masculine. You come together to work as a team. So, if one person ain't doing their part, another person end up, getting thrown by the wayside or attacked spiritually and some more shit. You know what I'm saying? And the person that's supposed to see, something coming don't, because they don't have no self-discipline. They easily manipulated. They easily distracted. They easily, able to not know what's going on with you because they're not paying attention to your ass. They'll be trying to pay attention and keep all this other stuff in line. And when your attention is needed on something that's important, it ain't there. And then they start to feel, that judgment in reverse, like a lot of guilt, a lot of regret, really, calling themselves all kind of names and kicking themselves in the ass, literally, and feeling like, like I said, ashamed. Like, damn, man. Like, I ain't know. It's like somebody like this, like, I ain't know. Like, but Page of Pentacles. Maybe young, but it's like, it's like somebody, got a new divine, spiritual path. And it's like, that moment, a truth is like, shit, if I gotta go, I'm gonna go by myself. Because at this point, it's like, shit, you got everything you need. You're able to go forward even if you don't have much. You know what I'm saying? But it's about your faith. It's about your, faith being tested. And it's like somebody, stuck in a lot of guilt. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to how things ended. Like hating that it had to end like that, because they didn't want to change. They didn't want to, end the cycle, you know what I'm saying, change things about themselves or see that somebody is not going to change. If they were staying with somebody that was lying to them and they feeling like, well, it's just cheaper to keep it. This person ain't going to stop doing what they doing, though. If you lying to stay with them and you lying, they lying to you to keep you around, they not going to stop that. Like if Pisces, if you were dealing with somebody that was, a third party situation, somebody wasn't going to stop doing something to keep you around. And somebody else was not going to keep, sticking around, to be lied to keep you around. It's like that. Somebody could be a manager, somewhere, or somebody this Queen of Wands, like, could be somebody that, just got some real leadership skills. Like somebody could be a single parent, mom or dad or something like that, that could want to take some swift action towards manifesting right now. What's the Sun in reverse? Clarify the Sun in reverse. Ten of Pentacles in reverse. With the Three of Swords. So somebody, when it comes to this Empress, this Sun in reverse with this Ten of Pentacles in reverse, it's like somebody not looking at the fact that success, happiness, and stuff like that don't lie, where your Ten of Pentacles in reverse is at. What does remain is like somebody that has the necessities. Like I say, you got the necessities. You got, a place. You got a crib. You got a nice paying job. You know what I'm saying? But the foundation that you want, the happiness that you want to come to in a home, that stable foundation. Like somebody knows that an empress, has it, but it's like, somebody don't see that, where they are. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody is not happy where they are. Four of Wands in reverse. Ten of Pentacles in reverse. The Sun in reverse. That's crazy. It's cheaper to keep them. Because at this point, it's like somebody, Pisces, it feels like, they need to put in more effort, you know what I'm saying, to express, how they feel. With this Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Like somebody gonna have to put in more. Like it's like somebody saying, if I go back to the Empress, I'm gonna have to do more, to prove myself to this person. That I'm happy with them, or that, they can be happy with me, or they can trust me. Something like that. Clarify the Sun in reverse with the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Clarify that Sun in reverse with the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. It's like somebody was putting in more effort somewhere else, and somebody still, wasn't happy. Yeah. Devil in reverse. The Four of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So somebody know they releasing, addictions, overcoming addictions now. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody's looking at how, they had things about them, an unhealthy lifestyle, or they had some unhealthy connections they were in, cycles they had opened that, was involving, their energy being off balance with an Empress. Like, and they gonna be confused about who and how, to maintain that. Especially if you were like in a moment where you were feeling like, damn, I can't figure this person out. Like I can't, I don't know what I need to do. Like they intuition, you know what I'm saying? Just because somebody don't say something don't mean they don't know. Just because, and if they take, some time away and step away, you don't hear from them for a while, that person know that you doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? It's what somebody know. Somebody knew. I feel like somebody, knew what the assignment was. Like somebody knew what somebody's agenda was. They just wasn't saying it. They just, somebody had a different way of showing like that they knew what was going on. And it's like, if somebody come and go, eventually they're going to stop coming. Because I feel like somebody gave, they self way too much time to walk away. It's like somebody almost, feeling some type of way that they didn't leave you, or you feeling like you should have left somebody sooner. You know what I'm saying? And maybe you could avoid some of the stuff you're dealing with now, that you having to see going on now with the Chariot in reverse. So there's a lot of shit coming out at one time, and it's like whatever situation, Five of Cups that ended for you somewhere else, Now you dealing with that, and you dealing with, you know, what's coming out about somebody else that you were involved with. And it's like, you know, neither one of these people you may be able to go back to, or neither one of these people you probably want to face and stay with or go back to. Either way, you know what I'm saying? Clarify is cheaper to keep her. Clarify is cheaper to keep her. Messages for Pisces. It's cheaper to keep her. Clarify. You got the Eight of Cups. With the moon at the bottom of the deck in reverse. You got the Eight of Cups. With the moon in reverse at the bottom of the deck. So it's like somebody knowing that whatever clarity, whatever truth they're getting is, you know, allowing this person now not to feel like whatever it is that's hidden is, you know, there to confuse them anymore. Like the truth, you know, getting clarity about what's really going on. Like what was, you know, being hidden. Because Eight of Cups, somebody felt like, you know, like they should just walk away. You know what I'm saying? Like they had no other choice but to walk away. Just let go. Especially, you know, with the moon in reverse. You know, you could have got some clarity about Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Could have got some clarity about, you know, the fact that, you know, somebody, you know, was refusing, you know, to make a decision. Especially if somebody, you know, was playing another person the same way they were playing somebody else. If you lied to somebody, somebody lying to you. If they saying, you saying to some, it's like something, you know, playing out somewhere else. The same thing that you not dealing with over here, you dealing with it over here. And it's like, it's putting somebody that didn't deserve to go through that. You know what I'm saying? That is, you know, a page of pentacles. They may not have much, but they faithful. They, you know, or this is how you coming off, you know, as that. Now you may be going back to somebody as a page, you know what I'm saying? But it's about, you know, being faithful, being somebody that can be dependable, trustworthy, you know what I'm saying, reliable, good planner, you know, financially, you know, and all that stuff. But it's like, you know, you also looking at the fact that you could have been that way with somebody from the very jump, you know what I'm saying? But this was a karmic cycle that needed to close out, and it was one that was being kept, you know, open, you know what I'm saying, while somebody else trying to pull on another person's energy, you know what I'm saying, even if it's in thought and you're not trying to do it. But it's the universe saying, you know, you're not going to keep thinking about somebody from your past that you lied to about everything and still, you know, refuse to love them enough to tell them the truth and still be over here in this bullshit if you want to stay over here. You know, you don't get to manipulate somebody's free will. What's the Eight of Cups? Clarify the Eight of Cups is cheaper to keep it. Like somebody decided, you know, they was just, you know, they did too much, like too much than already happened. Or they done had too many, you know, bad situations, you know what I'm saying? And with the Devil in reverse, it's like somebody knowing they had like a lot of unhealthy, you know, connections, a lot of, you know, unhealthy lifestyle, unhealthy lifestyle, but that came with a lot of addictions, you know what I'm saying, outdated beliefs, you know what I'm saying, the way you get to the point where you feel like everything that been working so far been working, so I'm not going to change that. And you go toward that and go back to that every time just to, you know, balance things out or make things better. I'm going to go toward people like this. I'm going to stay in these situations because I can control these situations. But them situations, you're not controlling them situations. They controlling you. They keeping you there. They keeping you like that. Those moments, that addiction is keeping you that way. It's controlling your ass. You ain't controlling shit. What's the Eight of Cups in reverse? What's the Eight of Cups? It's cheaper to keep her. Clarify the Eight of Cups. That's the devil way of making you think you controlling something. You not. It's controlling them things that you refuse to change. Your weaknesses. It's controlling you and using your weaknesses to do it. What's the Eight of Cups? It's cheaper to keep her. It's the Eight of Cups. The Strength. So somebody's strength was a strong will, they faith. Like somebody felt like, you know, or this is you. Like somebody feeling like, damn, somebody too strong. You know what I'm saying? Like they too confident. It's like somebody know they need to get they strength up. Like they need to, you know what I'm saying, be more confident about, or somebody looking at, or you looking at somebody like, damn, you know, this person just got a lot of confidence about them. They too strong willed, too strong minded. You know what I'm saying? Like to just say anything to them to keep a cycle open, you know, or something like that, to keep something going. So it's like, you know, might well just stay, you know, where you are if they feel like, you know, that person just got the upper hand or something like that. What's the Eight of Cups with the Strength? I feel like somebody looking at, you know, wherever they going toward, they may well just walk away because somebody's confidence, you know, is too strong. Somebody too strong, their willpower is too strong. Like somebody gonna stand up for themselves. What's the Eight of Cups with the Strength? Clarify the Eight of Cups with the Strength. Messages for Pisces. What's the Eight of Cups with the Strength? Clarify the Eight of Cups with the Strength. What's the Eight of Cups with the Strength? That's too many. Clarify the Eight of Cups with the Strength. It's cheaper to keep her. Eight of Cups. It's cheaper to keep her. It's cheaper to keep her. Messages for Pisces. You got the Two of Cups that came out, and the Nine of Wands. With the Seven of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Somebody could have felt like, you know, it was better for them to give this cup to somebody, you know, that they felt, you know, was, because they were exhausted. You know what I'm saying? It could be somebody choosing themselves, at a time where they, just may be exhausted, like weary when it comes to, what the actions they have to, take. Like having to be, have that courage, to face whatever it is that it's going to come with. So it's like somebody, may want to give you a cup, but I feel like, you may have chosen yourself, or somebody, giving somebody a cup just out of the fact that they didn't have the courage at the time. Like somebody may have gotten complacent, and just felt like, I'm just going to, settle, here, or I'm just, I don't have it in me, to fight, 9 of Wands. Because this 7 of Wands is like somebody standing up for themselves. And I don't know, if this person thought, things were going to get better. Two of Swords in reverse. With the King of Swords in reverse. Yeah. Because when it comes to a star, you got the star at the bottom of the deck. Somebody can't control, Four of Pentacles in reverse. Like somebody can't control, or they've given up, the need to control, like trying to control, a star. And it's like somebody could be being guided. When it comes to them releasing the need to control, like somebody don't want to, like somebody surrendering. But I don't know why you would feel that way though. Because it's like, it's like somebody not wanting to admit the truth in a situation. Two of Swords in reverse, like somebody standing up for themselves, but it's like, knowing somebody gonna stand up for themselves, but it's like you don't want to admit the truth about, why, you don't have boundaries, like why you can't, how somebody make, something difficult for no reason, make something complicated that don't have to be. And this is something that resulted in some deceit, like some dishonesty. You know what I'm saying? Some disloyalty. This is where that betrayal came in at, where somebody, was refusing Two of Swords to make a decision just based on the fact that they didn't want to tell the truth about why, they felt like it was just better to stay where they were. Like somebody didn't want to, be truthful as to why they chose that, like why they went that route. And the truth is, like, this person just didn't want to face, or you didn't want to face, like, what something was going to be like. You know what I'm saying? Like, hearing yourself say, I lied. I lied about that too. I lied about that too. Yeah, I wasn't truthful about that either. You asked me about that. We talked about that. I knew that was going on with me. I just didn't want to say nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I fucked up. You know what I'm saying? I manipulated your free will. Or this person manipulated my free will. Like they kept doing this, doing that. But it was my responsibility to know. You know, to know better. You know what I'm saying? But I stayed in a situation, led you on, or allowed you to feel the way you felt about me, knowing that I was gonna stay over here anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's something like that. Aries, Leo, Sage is like somebody is like exhausted or feeling like they got to get that confidence up. To give somebody like that offer, like this person could feel weary. You know what I'm saying? You could feel like I want to give somebody off. I want to give somebody this cup, but it's like you feel like what I'm saying, like you don't have the confidence to take that action, like you don't have the encouragement or that motivation. You know what I'm saying, to go on. You know what I'm saying, like go ahead. Take a leap of faith. You know what I'm saying, face whatever it is that you need to face, chariot and upright. Like, but what's the Nine of Wands about? It's cheaper to keep her. Clarify the Nine of Wands. Like somebody may not have want to deal with, the fight that they were gonna have to put up, to walk away from this person. What's the Nine of Wands? And somebody could have just chose themselves instead of waiting on somebody to, to choose them. Four of Pentacles in reverse with the Tower, the bottom of the deck. So when it comes to somebody, using, what I'm saying, or breadcrumbing, holding back, or whatever the case, stuck in their ways, being stubborn, having this fixed attitude, mindset, like somebody releasing that shit. Like if they were using it as a way to, like, keep control over what, was being felt or being said or being done, or them being like somebody releasing it. Because they felt like, I'm gonna hold back, I'm gonna breadcrumb this person, you know what I'm saying? I'm a penny pinch, this is how something gonna be, or something like that. It's like somebody, felt like it was cheaper to stay where they were, but it's like, you end up breadcrumbing somebody else because financially or energetically you having to give more to another connection anyway. So it ain't like you possibly can't give somebody what they deserve. It's just the fact that you ain't giving shit to yourself anyway. You know what I'm saying? You already being depleted. Nine of Wands. You know what I'm saying? Like you barely have any time for yourself to even, reboot. And realize what it is you love, what it is you enjoy. You know what I'm saying? What really makes you happy? How do you really see yourself? You know what I'm saying? Is this really, what you call happiness? Is this really, what you want for yourself? Did you see yourself doing this, 10 years ago, 5 years ago? You know what I'm saying? Like, is this what all your goals, was supposed to, you feel like you meeting your goal? You know what I'm saying? But you have to be honest with yourself, because somebody in a tower now, you know what I'm saying, for being resistant, you know what I'm saying? Like, not going toward it, calling, not, um, checking in, you know what I'm saying, tapping in with the Most High, you know what I'm saying, your spirit team, you know what I'm saying, and having a lot of nostalgia, about, some memories about somebody now that, when it comes to like trying to keep something going with them that, it ended in something, you know what I'm saying, that now got somebody in a lot of regret that they even got seen or you've been seen that way, feeling a lot of guilt, like, damn man, how, could I had done that, like I did know, or like I should have known better or some shit like that. Because I feel like somebody knew, something was going to be a disaster. The longer they kept going that way, they were going to ruin, a good thing, and even, that version of themselves that they thought was winning. You know what I'm saying? whatever image you had of yourself, or whatever somebody was thinking of you, or however something was going in a third party with each person, it was just a disaster waiting to happen. Like there was a tower for every moment that somebody just kept denying that something needed to be torn down in order for something new to begin. You're going to always fear new beginnings if you know the shit you already got going on ain't giving you any kind of hope. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to end it here, Pisces. Make sure you do something nice for someone today, even if you don't know them. Next, the first card on top of my makeshift deck, I just pulled one, just to see what it's going to say. And it says, really didn't deserve who you were to me then. See what I'm saying? Somebody was faithful. Page of Pentacles. They may not have had much, but they wasn't lying about how they felt. They wasn't lying about, being interested. They wasn't lying, about where they stood, at that time, you know what I'm saying? Or how they felt. But yeah. If it was anything, you owed yourself enough, to fight, for something that don't come easily to people all the time. You know what I'm saying? And when it don't come easy, it's damn sure worth fighting for to keep it. You know what I'm saying? It may take you a challenge to get back to it, man or woman. You know what I'm saying? You could have Pisces somewhere in your chart, but trust and believe, you know what I'm saying? If you really want it, it's worth it. It's worth it. I'm going to end it here. You guys make sure you do something nice for someone today, all right? This is a general reading for Pisces, so take it how it resonates. But make sure you hit that like, that subscribe button on your way out. And as always, those of you that genuinely love me know that I love you too. Mwah. Bye.